Okay. Next we'll be discussing yung Open RAN standards, no? And Open RAN basically, again, you allow any organization, no, to create RAN products, and they don't have to do end-to-end at this point. No, they could just find what they're good at or what they want to dominate, no, and concentrate on that spec or module in Open RAN. No? Means if you are good in software development, then you don't have to concern yourself with developing radio components or the cloud components. So you just concentrate on the software. If you're good in cloud, maybe setting up, no, not really a cloud provider, say that has been dominated na by major players like Azure Cloud, Google, and AWS. Well, we have some small players like Linode, DigitalOcean, no? But for critical infrastructure like telco, you would usually go with the three, no, dominant cloud providers. No? You don't have to recreate the cloud, no? But if you know how to use their services efficiently, if you're a cloud engineer or cloud architect, no, you could leverage your knowledge there in Open RAN and be or even develop future standards, no, on how to deploy this. Okay. For Open RAN standards, no, there are two dominant standardization bodies. No? So it's ORAN Alliance and the Telecom Infra Project, or TIP. So both of these organizations, no, they lead the alignment and development of interoperable Open RAN technology, including, of course, sharing of information, diba, referencing specification. Mainly, a lot is still points to 3GPP standard. No? And then, of course, conducting joint testing, no, and integration efforts. So if a vendor comes up with a product na, oh, this is going to be a component of Open RAN, you need to test all the interfaces, all the API calls, all the specs. No? First is paper check if is it conformant to our standard, no, ORAN or TIP, or maybe combination of both. No? And then once they said yes, and the papers checks out, no, you could now put it into a test environment, and then that has all the components, no, except for that new equipment. No, even emulated test environment should be all good, and then run through the product, no, and see if it behaves as intended on the spec sheet. We all know naman that especially in computer spec sheets, no, vendors would sometimes claims na ito yung let's say ito yung kaya nilang throughput, ito yung fault tolerance nila, no. Well, for the most part it works, no. But sometimes yung mga fine print, no, na parang ganito yung specs if ganito yung setting, no. And we might miss that, no? And we want, of course, test those end-to-end sa isang Open RAN network with that component at play. And yeah, as mentioned, you cannot do that on a production environment, ideally. So the ORAN Alliance, no, has actually already created, no, more than 30 specs, no, and many of them defining interfaces.